how to improve at close range, how to win more close range gunfights, especially when using a submachine gun. Let's get right into it. We've got plenty of clips here we're going to be going through. And the first thing I focus on when I'm using these close range weapons is, how can I get the advantage here? That's the main thing, because you don't have time to like reposition and cover up every single time. So you're kind of looking at gaining the advantage. So let's go through, break down some of these clips and show you what I mean. In this scenario, we're going to back up. Now, of course, this video is primarily about the close range, right? But Warzone also has a lot of mid to long range. So the first thing I want you guys to do is identify when to push and when to play passive. This is the perfect example. We're in a 1v4. My first 2 knocks I get is with the AR. And this video is mainly primary focused towards the SMGs, right? But we still need to know when to use the weapon at its advantage. So we're going to go through, and the first step is to position yourself well. So now we get these first 2 kills. We're going to go through. I know the last 2 people are on my left, okay? Because I ran over one, and the other one's going to be probably with that player because I think I saw him earlier, or just generally, I know he's around that area, okay? So now we're going to go through and I get some good shots off of the SMG. Now in this scenario, you're going to see a 1 versus 1, what I do with the SMG. So we go through and I see this player. I didn't actually expect the last player to be here. So in this moment, I'm not going to panic, okay? I'm going to go for that shot. I realize that, okay, the player's right there. So instead of going for the finish, immediately my first thought is, whatever reaction takes place, whether it's a drop shot or a jump shot, I need to use some sort of movement here, and I need to make it harder for the opponent to hit me, okay? This opponent clearly is in a better position. They're looking right at me. So I need to right now react to this player by shooting him. So I'm immediately going to aim out and react to this player. But that's not enough. If I stand still now, he's already shooting me. Logically, he should win the gunfight. So I'm going to use some movement. In this case, it's going to be a jump shot to the left, a little bunny hop, a double jump. And we're going to make sure that that gunfight is a lot harder for them, okay? Because what we don't want to do is this. We don't want to stand still while they're shooting me because they're going to finish the kill. But if I do this, if I shoot, jump left again, it's a little bit harder for them. And you can see we basically have like 5 health left. So I could have played it a little bit better. But in that scenario, when you're getting caught off guard, make sure to use movement. Movement is so crucial to win those gunfights because it puts them in a worse position because they have to guess where you're going, and it gives you more chance of hitting the headshots and overall winning the gunfight. So movement, positioning, really important. They go hand in hand. In this scenario, you're going to see once again, what do we do in a 1 versus 2? So first things first, I'm going to take my time, go around the corner, and we spot the opponent, okay? So I'm actually trying to camera him here. So I'm actually trying to go around the corner and break his camera by slide canceling. So I slide cancel. This way, he can't see me, I can see him. So we go through, we get him weak. Now I'm going to back away. The advantage you have as an SMG is you have a lot more mobility than other weapons. So when you're close range, I like to use movement to gain the advantage, as we mentioned earlier. So I'm going to go through, get the high ground. Now in this scenario, yes, we get the first kill, but there's actually a second right there. So I'm thinking, okay, 1, he's going to call it out to his teammate. So his teammate's going to look up to me towards a container. But the main thing is I want to use my weapon at its advantage. And the advantage I have is it moves so fast that I can actually be faster than his aim. So if I jump down now, as I'm landing, I'm going to jump again. Why? I was supposed to jump again there. I actually didn't. But what I would normally do is do a little bunny hop. Why? Because I want to keep that momentum going. The weapon is light. The movement is its main advantage. So if I can jump off, right now it's easier for me to jump past him than it is for him to track my aim. So that's why I'm always using movement in these scenarios. Right now we're landing in, there's a player on my left. So you can see with the assault rifle, we're watching over. With the sub, we're jumping off, we're going through. As soon as I see him here, my centering is okay, not perfect, but immediately I'm thinking, okay, in this situation, what's best? The jump shot or the drop shot? I personally think a drop shot will be better here. So we're going to go through, slide into a drop shot. And you're seeing the movement there. The movement is the main difference between like just kind of being static and being annoying to play against. Right now, as we land in, you can see we spot him. We go through. As soon as we slide down here, I'm going to slide into a drop shot. So from his perspective, he sees me slide, right? So he's probably getting some shots off, but he's not expecting the drop shot. So he has to adjust his centering in the middle of a gunfight, which is really hard to do against somebody moving with fast speed. That's why when using submachine guns, don't be static. Make sure to use movement and be very, very annoying to play against. Every single time in these clips, you're seeing the same procedure, okay? Centering is 1. Right now we're repositioning because we need to armor up. We need to maintain that advantage. But as soon as I see him, we're going to back away and use movement. We're backing away, jumping. We're backing away, sliding. We're always using some sort of movement because we want to win those close range gunfights. I'm never going to be standing still. I'm always going to be repositioning. I'm always going to be using the movement on the weapon. You're seeing it there. Big 2-piece. We get one here, instantly turn around, go for a drop shot. I think a lot of people's mistakes is being scared to try movement because it can be annoying when you mess up a movement, right? Let's say you mess up a drop shot and you do it wrong or whatever it may be, it can be frustrating. But the more you practice, the more used to it you'll become. The second thing I want to talk about, or we've definitely gone through more than 2, but the next thing I want to talk about is applying pressure. You're going to see in the next few clips about how much pressure we actually apply. and what we really do with the information we get. Most of the time you're going to be in scenarios where, you know, you're using movement like we kind of mentioned, but a pressure is a really big thing. In this situation, look what's happening. As soon as I see him run away, okay, I know I have the advantage because I get the first shot. So I get this player weak. If they're weak, you want to apply the pressure and maintain that health advantage. Like right now, I'm not going to let him stop. I'm going to chase him and chase him again. We're going to go through and you're going to see a constant theme here. In this scenario, I'm getting shot from the high ground, so I'm in a bad position. So I think the first thing you want to do is like assess the situation and say, right, am I in the advantage or disadvantage? Right now, I have no armor. I have half a plate on my second one. He has a high ground and he's shooting me. So my first thought is actually reposition here. Reposition. Now, in this scenario, you have to think really quickly. But as I reposition, I'm thinking, okay, one, I can kind of see him jump down. And two, logically, he's going to chase me because I'm weak. So I'm going to use his aggression to my advantage. Now, as he lands, I'm now ready for the gunfight. So yes, he started off with the advantage. But as soon as I went into cover, I knew that his over-aggressive play will be in my favor. We go through and then we use movement to finish off the gunfight. So let's play out again. We go through, he now jumps off. As he jumps off now, we're gonna get some shots off. As soon as he lands, I'm gonna drop shot because he's landing, so it's harder for him to track me. The drop shot's gonna make it even harder. We go through and we get that kill. So make sure to constantly reposition, constantly use movement when using an SMG or like a fast AR to win those close range gunfights. You're seeing it constantly here. Again, applying pressure, we spot him, gonna slide across. We're just gonna get some shots off. We're gonna let them fight each other, get some shots off, immediately go through, jumping backwards, jumping forwards, slide cancelling. It's a lot of the same stuff, to be honest. You just want to make sure that you're adding movement to your game, you're making sure that, you know, you're using your cover, you're cameraing them, and it's just about really just testing your gun skill. Now, right now you're seeing all the highlights, but there's definitely times where I lose gunfight. So what I do is I look at the kill cam and say, okay, why did I lose that? Oh, okay, he did something interesting. Well, what he did is he actually snaked me. Oh, okay, cool. So I should do that next time. You start to get a feedback loop because you start to see things that they do that maybe you don't do, okay? We're gonna end it with this one. Right now you're about to see what we do in a 1 versus 2 and how we use cover to our advantage. In this scenario, we go through, pick up our loadie. Straight away, I spot an opponent to my right and an opponent to my left. So I'm like, okay, what we need to do here is we need to isolate the opponents. I can't win a 1v2, but I can win 2 1v1s. So immediately we go through and I spot the opponent on my right. Yes, he's pushing me, but instead I'm going to use the cover and go for the opponent on the left. So we go for the opponent on the left. Now, right now, this opponent is running at me. So I have a few seconds to get the shots off. So I go through and I get this kill. As soon as I get that kill now, I know the other opponent is likely behind me because he went round, okay? So I'm trying to get into cover. So immediately I get into cover. What I should have done now, looking back, obviously I have a bit more time to analyze it. In the game's a bit harder, but what I should have done is I should have went on the other side of this car. I should have went on the other side of this car to the left here. Instead, I turned around and added movement. Now, this wasn't a terrible play, but the enemy still has the advantage, okay? So if you want to be a bit, I'll say more efficient here, get the first kill, then go behind cover, take your time, go around and make the gunfight even easier. Instead, I played it okay, just not perfect. We go through, we turn around and I drop shot him. Why? I want to add movement in to make it harder for him to hit me. This drop shot allows me to get extra shots off when he's not prepared. We go through, we get that kill. Really good play there. Wasn't perfect, but again, watching this back allows us to improve. Hope you guys enjoyed that one. We're going to end that one there, chat. We're going to end that one there. I think, yeah, like I kind of said, when you're using an SMG, I think the main thing I normally focus on and I feel like I'm really confident in is just like, it's just finessing people. Like, I feel like I'm getting really good at like winning my 1v1s, sliding past people. And I'm winning a lot of 1v1s in Warzone, but it really comes down to practice. So if you guys are like trying to do these things, you will improve. Like, honestly, it's taken a lot of time, but I feel very confident in my 1v1s now. And it's simply because of this one thing. Like when I'm in SMG gunfights, I get the first shot and then I'm like, okay, I have the health. I'm going to win this gunfight. I play with confidence. I push them. I slide. I jump shot. I make sure I'm applying pressure. And it just gets really hard for people with less experience to deal with it. So when you're playing Warzone, I want you guys to practice it, okay? The next thing I want to say is, then we'll end it there, is like, don't be afraid to challenge stuff. Like if you guys are playing Resurgence like you're seeing now, don't be afraid to play some solo squads or whatever it is and just get a UAV and push people. Like don't be afraid to push people and get practice, because what you're going to realize is the more practice you get in these gunfights, the better you'll become. Like right now, look what we're doing. We're going through. I guarantee that if I had this gunfight 6 months ago, I would have lost. You know why? Because I wouldn't have had the discipline right now to run away, turn around, reposition, go for a drop shot and get that kill. 6 months ago, what I probably would have done is try to cancel my plate here. I would have tried to cancel my plate and go for the kill. But right now, what I did, this is more recent, is I go through. As soon as I see him, I'm like, okay, I realize that I could back away slightly. I'm going to back away. I'm going to bait him into this area. I know he's going to push me because why not? He thinks I'm running away. And as he pushes me now, I'm going to think, okay, what movement should I use? The drop shot right now will be pretty good. We go for a drop shot, we bait him in and we get the kill. In the game, it's really hard to do that quickly, but the more you play, the more practice you get. This will become second nature. I'm at a point now where I can kind of use movement in my gameplay and it's a bit more natural. So the more you practice, the better you'll become and the more flawless your gameplay will look. YouTube, hope you guys enjoyed that one. I'll catch you guys for another one tomorrow. Peace.